Alright everyone, we're back. We're gonna go meet with the Elder Seedseer again, and then go deal with this next primal threat. The other science have already arrived, madame. May I show you in? Hey look, there's Papalimo, Thancred, Ida, Ishtola. Oh sorry, we stepped in the water.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands Veorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
There we go. Okay. Hawthorne Hut. We gotta head to Little Solace. And since we can fly now, it's very quick to get over there. Nero of the Scions was told to expect you. I understand that you go to treat with the primal Ramu himself. An unenviable task, but one which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak. That we might ascertain the location of the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. I don't want to do that. Levin and impression. Great. Oops, I did not mean to click through that. I apologize. Hey, Clay Gaiman, long time no see. This one returns. This one returns and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones may find Ramu. Excuse me. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow silence? It would be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please, please come with this one. You can't sleep! What time is it where you are? Or do you work nights? Alright, so guys, we're actually going to get to go into the self lenses here. We have not been able to do this. Well, we could have before, but there's no reason to. We're actually going to take a good look at the self lens, though. So, when A Realm Reborn was the only expansion out, I actually spent a lot of time in this area, doing fates and whatnot, and actually doing the, and there are so many fates here. Doing these Sylph dailies, actually. So the dailies have like different reputations, levels to them, and as you level up with them, you can go to more and more of the Sylphlens and explore. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlens. These ones must proceed carefully. Keep an eye out for touched ones. Alright, well, we can avoid most contact with most of these things just because we can't fly through that. 10 p.m. You're in school? Ah. Okay, so you're a little later than we are right now. We're only 4 p.m. here, so 6 hours ahead. You were about to sleep and then a fly found the worst place to land? Oh no. Yeah, I have a mini cat who likes to start meowing when I'm about to go to sleep, so I have to yell at her to be quiet. I feel bad for it, but... The bottom of your foot, ah! This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like the touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here. Go to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. Obviously, it would be much faster to run through here, or much slower to run through here, but I can fly, so why would I do that? So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded Sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it is quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ashilla's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalemo. My apologies, it's not like me to ramble so. Anyway, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity on the area, and I am pleased to say that I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's aetherite. Come, Miro, the Lord Levin awaits. You can't sleep now because of it? Well, on the bright side, hopefully hanging out with me will make you tired enough to sleep. And here is their aetherite.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye, but there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
The striking tree, now accessible. Okay, so we're gonna have another moment here where we're probably gonna have a bit of a wait time as we try to get in. So, first, let's go read the trial. After forging deep into the Sylphlands, you meet with the intimidating guardian deity of the Sylphs, the primal Ramu. But before he will consider your proposal of peace, the Lord of Levin first demands proof that you possess the strength required to repel the Empire from the Twelveswood. The thunderous entity then vanishes in a blinding flash, leaving the words of his challenge yet echoing in your ears. Enter the Primal's domain and prepare to be measured on the scales of battle. Nice. Oh, that was immediate. Okay, cool. I was not expecting that. Hey everyone. Looks like Miro gets to tank this one. Those last a lot less time than I thought they would. You want to dodge the lightning bolts that he shoots out there? For the most part, you just want to, as a tank, you want to stay away from the other players. And avoid so you notice I moved away from that one once other players started moving in because, well, there's no real point to me hanging out there. And he's gonna use his big attack now. Yeah, he's gonna put these effects on people. Someone's gonna get feared, and they want to stand in the lightning to avoid getting smacked with it. I'm not moving. This person can get killed if they want. See that person there with the orange reticle, laughing O? They just ran away, and they're gonna get fucked for it. They're gonna be feared for a while. They should have actually stayed close so that people can. So that people can break them out. See this effect? This big blue circles? They gotta be in one of those to survive. So see teeth there? Okay. Guns just fucked him and made him still get hit by the fear. Laughing Orchid hasn't moved. Anyway, these blue circles, if someone's feared, you just hit them with it and they'll survive. Or they'll be unfeared. The tether there, the blue electric line between people, they gotta grab 3 orbs that spawn around the room. When it came out, it was actually one of the more difficult ones. It was actually one of the more difficult ones on Extreme. And it's got a lot of mechanics that people just don't seem to understand. Even players with the, like that person who ran away with the fear, they had the
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay, sorry about that. Something that you guys, or that you may not notice is some people have little crowns beside their name or somewhere around their title. They mean they're a mentor, which means that they can teach people about the game and whatnot. It's just an indication that they know what they're doing. It's always funny to me because usually the ones with the mentor symbol are making the most basic mistakes, such as that fear. You figure someone with the mentor status wouldn't do that. But to be fair, not everyone's going to remember everything, so it happens. Oh wait, hang on. I'm not supposed to be here yet. Let's go to Hawthorne Hut first. Okay, we got 6 minutes until break, and then after break, we will be doing a ninja quest, which I think we only have one available. Shouldn't take 30 minutes, but it might. Carbuncle. I caught the Rookity. I caught Vector's favorite Pokemon, guys. Yeah, you've returned. I ask if I received your visit. He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The people in Little Solus will be relieved to hear what the Lord of Levin has accepted you in the Forest Champion of Peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Muriel. The Elder Cecil must be informed of your deeds at once. Hey, can you do that? The Elder Cecil will wish to hear of your experience firsthand. Pray, return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer at Norfolk Exalted will be expecting you. Very well, Muriel. Of course. Of course, you're gonna make me go and do it. You could very easily just be like, hey, yeah, she defeated Leviathan. Or, well, you can totally be defeated Leviathan if you want. You could be like, hey, she defeated Ramu. Like, this happened. But no, we gotta go there and tell her ourselves because... Also, we have a Link Pro. Why can't I just call her up and be like, sup, girl? Ramu's defeated. See ya. Welcome back, Honored Scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seats here await you within. Super fucking rude, dude. Hey, look, the Scions are there. Also, they're like, hey, we're gonna send you to go deal with Ramu because you can't be tempered. You have the protection against that. And then they send these guys with me who all can be tempered. Seems awfully dangerous.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Alright. Dr. Papalimo here. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Miro? I hope Lord Ramu I'd hope Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness which you responded to the primal's sudden challenge. It seems Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Miro? Shall we return, gather back the Rising Suns and ponder the lessons of the day? That's going to be the last thing we do for today on the main story, and then we will go on and do the ninja quests, which may take another 30 minutes or so. We shall see. So how many of these? I have 302 of them now. We can actually get a new piece of gear, which I think I might actually save for ninja. We'll see. Welcome back, Miro. Word of your momentous encounter with the Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
The Lord of Levin has returned to Ether, as was the Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Worrell, and Levin all have been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidel's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost of her mistress, whose strength is all but finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it innovates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the new, a one true God, shall come again. Okay. We aren't going to pick up this quest right now. We will do this tomorrow. Either way, let's take a break, guys. We'll be back, and then we will continue on with our ninja storyline. Be right back.